Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Monday Night Football of Week 1. Final game of Week 1. We got the Vikings and the Bears tonight. Should be a hopefully good game. I definitely don't think it'll be as good as last night's, but I don't really think any game is going to be as good as last night's. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Alright, the game started, but for some reason this keeps saying it hasn't started yet. But welcome to the stream. Okay, give me 1 second. What's up, everybody? Let me pull up the chat. And then I gotta go figure out why it's saying the game hasn't started yet, even though the game has started and they're about 2 minutes in. But welcome to the stream. Let me put out a poll as well. And I also got to change the scoreboard. Alright, hold on 1 second. I don't know why this isn't working. Alright, let me try it again. But welcome to the stream. Let's change the scoreboard while we wait for this. The Bears have the ball at 12:45 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings, on their first drive, went 3 and out. Alright, but welcome to the stream. Still trying to figure this out. Still not working. But at least we can get this scoreboard updated while we wait for it to start working. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working. I hate watching stuff on ESPN because it never works on my computer. Like, sometimes it'll be perfectly fine, other times, like now, it doesn't work. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Be sure to vote in the poll. Vikings or Bears? I got the Vikings 20-17. Still trying to get this to work. Nope, still not working. Maybe it'll work if I can watch Peyton and Eli. Probably not. No. I have no idea why this isn't working. But welcome to the stream. Bears with the ball on the Vikings 35-yard line. They're moving the ball. $9:34 to go in the first quarter. Here, I'll pull up the Gamecast so I can follow that. Alright, so 3rd and 5 for the Bears on the Vikings 40. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Bears call timeout before the third down play. Alright, hold on 1 second. Still trying to get this game on. Haven't been able to watch any of it so far. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Game still scoreless. Maybe if I restart my computer it'll work. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Here's a 17-yard completion to Odunze on first down, or for a first down. On 3rd and 5, puts the ball on the Vikings 13. I'm having trouble getting the game on, so I'm restarting my computer and hoping that works. But I'm not sure. It's 6 yards to Oladame Zacchaeus to make it 2nd and 4 for the Bears. Ball on the Vikings 7. Alright, now let's see if we can get the game on. It's officially spotted as a 2nd and 3 for the Bears. 7 yards for Zacchaeus on first down. The Vikings call a timeout. Alright, let's see if we can get the game on now. Alright, this still isn't working. I have no idea why I can't get the game on. Sorry about that, guys. But on 2nd down for the Bears, it's a run play for DeAndre Swift, and he lost 3. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 9. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get the game on. The 3rd down for the Bears is a touchdown for Caleb Williams. 9-yard rushing touchdown. And the Bears get on the board first. 7:04 to go in the first quarter. But Caleb Williams with a 9-yard touchdown run. And the extra point for the Bears is good. Alright, guys, I can't get the game on. I have no idea why. Give me 1 second. I'm still trying to get the game on. Haven't been able to watch a single play. Oh, I finally got it. I got it. Alright, so we finally able to get the game on. Now, I'm not touching this for the rest of the stream. Hopefully it can stay on. But it's a 7-0 Bears lead. I already missed half the first quarter. The Vikings in their first drive went 3 and out. JJ McCarthy did complete his first pass, though, for 5 yards. And the Bears, they went right down the field. 61 yards. And the Bears, they got the first points of the game, so it's now 7-0. And then Cairo Santos got the extra point. Did I change? I thought I changed this. Alright. I thought I hit 7. Apparently not. But 7-0 Bears. Vikings is going to get the ball back for their second possession here. Bears with a 9-yard touchdown on a scramble by Caleb Williams. This was a 10-play, 61-yard drive. Took 5:41 off the clock. 51 of their 61 yards through the air. And 60 of the 61 yards come from Caleb Williams. 51 through the air, 9 from him on the ground. So the Vikings will get the ball for their second possession. 3 and out on their first time. 7:04 to go in the first quarter. The Bears' first opening drive touchdown in their last 12 games against the Vikings. A good start. But Santos kicks off. And this kick is fielded on the bounce. Take it out from the goal line. And on the return, going to get to the 24-yard line. Great kick coverage there by the Bears. And not great field position for the Vikings. I mean, not terrible, but considering where touchbacks are this year, not great. But McCarthy on the field for his second drive. Miles Price with the return of the kick for the Vikings. So McCarthy in shotgun. Aaron Jones is the back to his right. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bring a receiver in motion. McCarthy swing pass to Jefferson. And Jefferson's got a block on the outside. And gains about 5. Justin Jefferson, one of 4 players to start their career with 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, joining Mike Evans, Randy Moss, and A.J. Green. But it's 2nd and 6. McCarthy under center. And here's Aaron Jones with the carry, and not much room for Jones, maybe a yard. So it's 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. McCarthy in shotgun back to his right. Naylor goes in motion. McCarthy looks to throw. McCarthy pressured, escapes, stumbles, and falls. It's going to go down as a sack for the Bears. And the Vikings forced to punt it away. So the Vikings send on the punt team. And the punt is away. We have 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's going to be returned from the 18-yard line and returned to the 25. Solid return. 7 yards there. And let's see what Caleb Williams and the Bears offense can do for their second possession. Great drive their first time. Currently up 7-0, 4:51 to go in the first quarter. Be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. So far it's 50-50. I've got the Vikings 20-17. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Give me 1 second. Alright, now they're back from commercial. Bears up 7. They got the ball on their own 25-yard line. So first down here for the Bears, 4:51 to go in the first quarter. Ball's on their own 25. Caleb Williams on that opening drive, 6 of 6, 51 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Williams off play action, looks to throw here, has plenty of time. Throws to the flat for DeAndre Swift, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Definitely an encouraging thing to see there for the Bears. Caleb Williams having plenty of time to throw. After the offensive line was terrible last year, but obviously they made a ton of improvements to that in free agency in the offseason, so it should be a lot better. So 2nd and 10. Williams looks to throw. This time he's pressured. Williams dancing around, going to tuck it and keep it himself. He's got a lot of space to run, and he's got a first down and dives after a gain of 13. But a nice scramble there for Caleb Williams, even when the pressure gets there. Still would make a good play. By the way, that rushing touchdown for him before was his first career touchdown run. So, 1st and 10 from their own 38. Williams under center, hands off. Here is DJ Moore on the carry, and Moore going to gain about 5. Makes it 2nd and 5 here for the Bears. Williams under center from their own 43. And lots of early movement here. Looks like they should be against the Bears, but let's see. It is a false start. Against right tackle Darnell Wright. So 2nd and 10. After the false start. Colston Loveland, the rookie, goes in motion. Williams to throw once again. Again, plenty of time. Now he rolls out, throws underneath, caught by Loveland, makes a juggling catch. And he gains 8. Another good play there for Caleb Williams. Good catch by Colston Loveland. I've got the Vikings, 20-17. How about you? Vikings, nice. Throw to the outside for Odunze is caught, but short. Way short, obviously. Taken down before the line of scrimmage. They cut to that play as the ball is pretty much thrown, so. But they lose 4, and here's a punt for the Bears. So here was Taylor to punt it away. Last year averaged 47.7 yards per punt. And this punt is going to bounce out of bounds. We'll see where it's spotted. It landed out of bounds. I don't know, the ref was too busy trying to separate the two players. That hasn't given a spot yet. But 58 seconds left in the first quarter. McCarthy and the Vikings offense back onto the field. Still looking for their first down of the game. Looks like the ball is officially spotted on the Vikings' 7-yard line. A 51-yard punt. You bet your friend $100 the Vikings would win. Wow. Now, I'm not super confident with my pick of the Vikings, but I did pick them. But I mean, the Bears, they look pretty good so far. But it's a game that can definitely go either way. That's for sure. Alright, the ball's actually now been spotted at the Vikings 19. I knew the 7 didn't seem right. So it's a 39-yard punt. Second quarter or second half, JJ will walk in. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we'll be okay. I'm not the biggest McCarthy fan. I just don't think he's amazing, but I do think we'll be pretty good considering what's around him. With obviously Jefferson, Jordan Addison, got a great coach. I do think we'll be good, but I don't know. Like, I don't think he's elite, but I think he'll be okay. Yeah, the potential is definitely there for JJ McCarthy. It's just about if he can put it all together, which, I mean, everything seems to be. He's in one of the best situations you can be in for a young quarterback, so he's definitely got a good chance to. So, first and 10 here with the Vikings. McCarthy tosses it to Jordan Mason to the left side. Mason with a good run, gains 6, getting it to the 25. So, second and 4. Jefferson goes across the formation. Now he comes back the other way. Another run play with Mason. And Jordan Mason, another 5 yards. And a first down for the Vikings, their first of the day. And that's likely the final play of the first quarter. Yeah. That's the end of the first quarter. Bears lead the Vikings 7-0. But the Vikings pick up their first down of the game. Maybe that's the start of something for them offensively. But Jordan Mason with back-to-back runs there for the Vikings. Getting 5 yards each. Was with the 49ers last year. Pretty good year. Last year with the 49ers, Mason ran for 789 yards on 5.2 yards a carry. Alright, they're back from commercial. Vikings with the ball. So first and 10 from the 30. McCarthy under center. Now they shift into the shotgun, empty the backfield for McCarthy. Aaron Jones split out wide as a receiver. McCarthy looks to throw, has time, lots of it, takes a shot deep down the field, wants Aaron Jones, and that is incomplete, but a flag is there. Jones got tackled before the ball got there, And it's going to be pass interference. And because of it, big play for the Vikings. The ball was a little underthrown, but I mean, Jones was on the ground before the ball got there. So, 1st and 10 for the Vikings after the big play because of the penalty. McCarthy in shotgun from the Bears 27. McCarthy off play action, looks to throw. Going to step up. McCarthy going to run with it for the first time. And he dives ahead after a first down, picks up 11. Gets it to the 16-yard line. And the Vikings move the ball here on this drive a little bit. I was helped out by that big penalty, but still their best drive of the day by far. So from the 16, McCarthy hands off. There's Jordan Mason straight ahead, and he's got another 5 yards. Mason, a good start to this game. Brings up 2nd and 5 with the Vikings. Brings up 2nd and 5. McCarthy under center. Mason gets it again. This time, not anywhere to go, and he's taken down for a loss of 2. Just got to your friend's house, and he's in a full Bears gear. Wow. I guess you could say he's ready for the game. So 3rd and 8. Here for the Vikings on the Bears' 14-yard line. They got to get a first down at the 6. Bears bring 4. McCarthy has time, throws outside low, and incomplete. Jefferson the intended target, and couldn't come up with it. Oh, it goes right through his arms. A 31-yard field goal for the Vikings to get them on the board, and the kick is good. So the Vikings with their first points today is now at 7-3. Helped out by the big penalty on the interference call, but still a pretty solid drive for the Vikings. That one wasn't JJ's fault. Yeah, I wouldn't really say so. I mean, it could have been a little bit higher, but that's a catch that should probably be made. I wish there was more people here to chat. Not gonna lie, you're an awesome creator. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish there was more people here too. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. 7-3, Bears lead. So now back from commercial. Bears can get the football back, leading 7-3. Got 12:48 to go in the first half. So the Vikings kick this off. And the kick goes to the goal line where it's going to be returned by the Bears. And on the return, they'll cross the 20. Gets to the outside, gets a block, crosses to 30. Forced to bounce at the 34, but a flag is down. Devin Duvernay, the return man for the Bears. So let's see, the flag was an illegal formation against the Vikings. Moved early. So that gives the Bears an extra 5 yards, so they'll start on their own 39. So the Bears with football. Good starting field position. Caleb Williams still without an incompletion tonight. He's 9 for 9. Williams looks to throw. Has time. Williams steps up, throws downfield. Wide open receiver DJ Moore. Stiff arms the guy. Moore still on his feet. Cuts back and goes down at the 31. Make it 10 for 10 for Caleb Williams. That's a great throw and catch. Big play for the Bears. Protection, once again, is really good for the Bears. Williams with a lot of time. So 1st and 10 from the 32. Williams under center. Play clock winding down. They'll get the play off. Here's a handoff to DJ Moore. And a gain of about 2 to the 30. A 10 straight completions to start the game for Caleb Williams, longest by a Bears quarterback to start the season since 1978. Not a bad start for Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson as his head coach. He's 10 of 10, 86 yards. He also run for 21 yards and a score. Moore goes in motion. And we've got a flag down. False starting to the Bears, backs him up 5. It's against DJ Moore. I'm not sure how that works considering he went in motion, but not sure. But it's 2nd and 14 after the penalty. Williams looks to throw. Now he's pressured. Williams dances around, escapes for now, rolling to his left. And Williams is going to keep himself spin around the defender and get to the 27-yard line. Impressive run there for Caleb Williams. He did a good job making, I believe that's Ivan Pace miss. And he spun around somebody else. I'm not sure who that one was. So 3rd and 6. And again, we got early movement. It's like another false starting to the Bears. They're definitely going to have to clean that up. This one's against the right guard. Jonah Jackson, another new addition to the offensive line. Bears get a good play, then Salem got a flag. Yeah, really. Too many pre-snap penalties for the Bears so far. 3rd and 11. They're going to run the ball. DeAndre Swift straight ahead takes a big hit. But Swift gains about 7. 4 yards short of a first down. They're actually going to spot it 4th and 3. And it looks like the Bears are going to keep the offense out and go for it. So it's 4th and 3 for the Bears. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Williams in shotgun back to his left. And with the play clock winding down, Bears call a timeout. Got to the line way too late right there. Second timeout the Bears have spent in this first half. So it's 4th and 3. They will send the offense back out in the field. So they will go for it, and I like the decision. So Ben Johnson getting aggressive here. 8:59 to go in the first half. Williams to throw. Throws over the middle. Missed DJ Moore. Incomplete. So the Bears turn it over on downs. Vikings defense gets a stop. But it's the first incompletion of the game for Caleb Williams. As he leads DJ Moore too far of the middle of the field. And it's incomplete. He's now 10 for 11. ESPN is just roasting the Bears right now. Why? What'd they do? With the what's it called? Where they just put him like on the street and made like their animation with Ben Johnson and some of the offensive players. If it's something they said, I'm not sure because I'm not listening to what they're saying. They called them out with all their losing seasons. Well, I mean, they're not wrong. The Bears, they haven't been great recently. But I mean, I definitely think the Bears are headed in the right direction. I think they're making a lot of good moves. I think Caleb Williams is going to be really good. I think they've done a great job upgrading the offensive line. Ben Johnson's a great head coach. I do think they're headed in the right direction, but I think they might still be a year away. But I think they're going to be good. I think the Bears and Lions are slowly switching positions in the division. It could be. I mean, I don't think the Lions are going to be terrible. I still think they're going to be okay. They didn't look great yesterday, but I mean, they lost both their coordinators. It's going to take some time getting used to that. I think they'll be okay. They might not be quite as good. I don't think they'll win 15 games again, but the talent is still there for the Lions, and I think they'll be okay. But I do think the Bears are headed in the right direction. First and 10 from the 24 here for the Vikings, and they hand it to Aaron Jones on the jet sweep. He's trying to turn the corner, and he's able to do so. He's forced pretty much to the sideline, and only gains a yard. So 2nd and 8, Jones with 2 yards there on the first down run. McCarthy looks to throws underneath. There's T.J. Hawkinson for a gain of 4. He gets it up to the 30, makes it 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. Third and 4 here for the Vikings. 7:50 to go in the first half. McCarthy and shotgun. Bears show blitz. Bears bring 4. McCarthy has time. Throws underneath. There's Jefferson. And he's wrapped up short. Wow, great job rallying to the ball there for the Bears. And it's 4th down. It is a little short. The first catch of the day for Jefferson, but he's a yard short of the first down. The Vikings have to punt. Devin Duvernay back deep to receive. And the punt again goes out of bounds. This doesn't look like a great punt. Looks like it went out of bounds pretty early. $6:52 to go in the first half. Bears get the football back. Let's see where the ball is officially spotted. Bears have it on their own 35. Just a 32-yard punt. Not great. These games just prove the NFC North is the hardest division of football. All teams are at least somewhat decent. Yeah, it's either the North or the AFC West, but both divisions are really good. I mean, I would probably give the slight edge to the NFC North. But yeah, I mean, this is a really tough division. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if all 4 teams made the division. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because you still have the Commanders, you've got potentially the Falcons, depending on how good they are, and you've got maybe another team out of the NFC West, but it's definitely a possibility that all 4 of these teams make the playoffs. I'm a Giants fan. So 7-3 Bears lead. They got the football back on their own 35. The Bears with a pretty good drive last drive before they turned it over on downs. Williams under center. Off play action, a look to throw. Steps up in the pocket, has it tipped at the line and incomplete. Bears actually with 6 offensive linemen on that play. Second and 10. Williams off play fake rolls to his right and throws downfield. Just missed Zacchaeus. Incomplete. Flag is down. Looks like this might be a hold. Yeah, we got a hold against the Bears against the rookie running back Kyle Monungai. Giants need to start Jackson Dart. I mean, I don't think right now. I think he's not ready yet. I just think it's too soon. I know they looked terrible yesterday, but I don't really think with how bad the offensive line was, he was going to do anything different. I'd rather wait until we actually got a somewhat okay offensive line, so he's actually got a chance to succeed. 3rd and 10 here for the Bears. Williams looks to throw. Williams pocket collapsing, and Williams is still on his feet, breaking tackles, and now going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, which he does, and he's out of bounds after a gain of just 2. But it's still 4th down, and the Vikings defense forced a 3 and out. At least give him some experience is what I mean. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And I think that's more the goal towards next year. Have him start the final however many games this year. So he'll be somewhat experienced. This one, hold on. Caught by Price on the couple bounces after might have taken a bounce off a Vikings player. He returns it for about 6-7 yards. Somewhere around there. But, yeah, I get what you're saying with the experience. I just think it's more the plan for the Giants next year to have him start full-time as opposed to this year. But I get what you're saying. Hold on 1 second. Alright, they're now back from commercial. Sorry, I was just checking something real quick. We've got 5:52 to go in the first half. Bears up 7-3. Let's see what the Vikings can do here on this drive. Bears outgaining the Vikings 132-45. There's a handoff to the Vikings to Jordan Mason. Breaks a tackle, gets a block. Mason tries to turn the corner and has a good pickup of about 10 if it stands. There's a flag down. Mason has run the ball pretty well. This one's not going to stand. Got a hold against the Vikings. That wipes off a pretty solid pickup. It's against the left tackle for the Vikings. I was starting in place of Christian Darrisaw. Oh, you're ahead of mine. Spoiled it. Sorry about that. 1st and 20 from the 14. McCarthy off play action, knocked down, incomplete. Trying to hit Hawkinson over the middle. So 2nd and 20 from the 14. McCarthy looks to throw, has time. McCarthy throws incomplete. Got hit as he threw it. And makes it 3rd and 20. I think that's a pass. I mean, he was definitely throwing the ball. Yeah, it's called incomplete. Play clock at 3. Now the play clock actually got reset. The Vikings think the play clock should be reset. But it's going to be a delay of game for the Vikings. So 3rd and 25. Again, play clock winding down. This time they got the snap off. Free rusher off the edge. They set up the screen to Jordan Mason. And Mason gets up to the 15, maybe 16. But not much. And another punt coming here for the Vikings. Offense definitely not looking too great so far. They had that one drive that was really helped out by the penalty. But outside of that, they haven't really been able to do too much. The Vikings have gone 3 out 4 times in 5 drives. The punt is away for the Vikings. This one's a better one. Duvernay from the 33. And he's taken down at the 40. Nice tackle there as well. Next week we got 2 games on Monday night. We got the Buccaneers and Texans and the Chargers and Raiders. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna do for that. I'll probably just stream the earlier one because I'm not streaming a game that starts at 10 o'clock. But I'll have to figure it out. But a 1st and 10 here for the Bears. Williams hands off to DeAndre Swift. And Swift picks up 3, maybe 4. Yeah, they're going to give him 4. Make it 2nd and 6. So 2nd and 6 here for the Bears. 3:50 to go in the first half. Play clock at 5. Williams under center from their own 45-yard line. Moore. And again, we got another pre-snap penalty against the Bears. Another false start. Going to be 2nd and 11. The Bills, last night's game, the Bills trailed by 15 with under 4 minutes left. And it was the 4th win in NFL history in that situation. Or it actually said since 2000, so not in NFL history. Quick throw caught by Zacchaeus for a 1st down. Nice play there for the Bears. And this offense has looked fairly good. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Williams under center. Tosses it to DeAndre Swift left side. And Swift going to gain about 2. Not a ton on the run right there. Bears do have to run another play before the 2-minute warning. Play clock ahead of the game clock by about a second. So from the 41, it's 2nd and 7. Moore goes in motion. And another handoff to DeAndre Swift. And again, not much, just a yard for DeAndre Swift. Nice play there for the Vikings defense, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. So we got 2 minutes left. Bears still up 7-3. Haven't really seen much scoring. Bears, they scored on their first drive. Haven't done a ton since then. And the Vikings, they scored on that one drive. And outside of that, they've gone 3 and out. Hold on 1 second. So they're back from the 2-minute warning, or commercial break at the 2-minute warning. A low-scoring first half so far, 7-3. Bears lead the Vikings. And they've got the football inside Vikings territory on the 39. Williams in shotgun back to his right. Bears, they started 2 of 2 on third down. Since then, they're 0 for 3. So 3rd and 5. Zacchaeus goes in motion. Williams looks to throw. Williams throws outside to Zacchaeus for a first down. Stops the clock with a minute 55 to go. Gains 7. And the Bears move the sticks. So 1st and 10 from the 32. Vladimir Zacchaeus, 3 catches, 30 yards today. Bears go to the ground with DeAndre Swift. And again, not a ton. Maybe 3 or 4 yards. But nothing too crazy. Bears outgaining the Vikings 167 to 52, although only a 4-point lead. So 2nd and 7 from the 29. Toss goes to Swift, cuts up the middle. And again, just not much running room. Another 2 yards for DeAndre Swift. Clock continues to run. 1:05 to go in the first half. Bears have 1 timeout. The Vikings have 2. Bears also get the second half kickoff. So it's 3rd and 5. Bears do not seem to be in any rush. Williams in shotgun, play clock at 5. Get the snap off, Williams to throw. Outside, that is caught by Odunze. Taken down inbounds. Clock continues to run. Now a timeout is called. So it's 4th and 2. Vikings call a timeout. It's 28 seconds left. Another decision here for Ben Johnson. And it looks like the field goal unit going to come on for the Bears. I do like the decision right here to take the points. Go up by a touchdown. You get the ball after halftime as well. I'll just take the points right here. And it appears as that's what the Bears will do. So here's Cairo Santos for a 42-yard field goal from the right hash. And the kick for Santos is good. Got it just inside the right upright. And it's 10-3. But the Vikings, they will have some time to potentially try to put a drive together. Wow, that just got in there. So the Vikings will have 24 seconds and a timeout. We'll have to see really what they want to do. I wouldn't expect them to take too much of a risk. Because, I mean, you've got a quarterback playing his first game. JJ looking timid. Yeah, he hasn't been anything too impressive so far. 24 seconds left in the first half. One timeout for each team. So Santos kicks it away. And this one going to be returned from the 6-yard line by Price. And on the return, he gets to the 31. So 19 seconds to go. They need to switch it up, throw to Hawkinson. Yeah, not a bad idea. So, 1st and 10 from the 31. Let's see what the Vikings try to do here. McCarthy will look to throw. He's got time. McCarthy zips one downfield. Caught. Great throw from McCarthy. Jalen Naylor makes the catch. 11 seconds to go. Now, I don't know what they called there. If he got out of bounds or if the Vikings call a timeout. Now, he's down in bounds. So the clock should continue to run. Now, because of that, the Vikings did call their 3rd and final timeout. But that was a good play there for the Vikings. They're in a field goal range at the 36. Oh, what? They're going to send the field goal team on now? Why now? Not take a shot at the end zone. I don't love that. Why would you kick the field goal now? You've got 11 seconds. Take a shot at the end zone. If it's caught, it's a touchdown. If it's not caught, just kick the field goal. Or at the very least, try to get like 5 yards closer. Because here's a 59-yard field goal for Will Reichard. And Reichard's kick on the way. And good. Wow. 59 yards for Reichard makes it a 4-point game once again. The kick is good. And the Vikings get the 3 points back before halftime. Great kick there for Will Reichard. 59 yards, that's a career long. Wasn't good by much, but just got it over the bar. Want the Giants to play Scatterbo more. Want to see what he's got. Yeah, he didn't play a ton yesterday, but he had 2 really good plays. And outside of that, there really wasn't much from him. But he looked good in his limited action. I wouldn't mind seeing him a little bit more. Will Reichard tonight just tied the Soldier Field record for longest field goal, 59 yards. That block he got was crazy. Yeah, that was really good. And then the next play, he broke 2 tackles. I mean, he only got like 5 yards. Still not pretty good to watch. This could be a problem. Alright, not a problem. A good return there. Luther Burden, the rookie receiver for the Bears with a good return, but time expires, and we head to halftime. So at the half, Bears up 10-6, and they get the ball to start the second half. Giants need to play dart. I don't want to see him just yet. I mean, the offensive line was awful last year. That's not going to do. Or sorry, yesterday. It's not going to do him any good starting right away. I would give him some time. Let Andrew Thomas get healthy. But I would hope the offensive line improves a little bit, and then see where you're at in the season. And then I would do that. Just love watching rookies. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how they all look and what everybody has. You always root for the rookies even when you hate the team. Yeah, I try to root for all the rookies as well. I always want to see them succeed. Alright, but I'm gonna go take a quick break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Like, love when you want them to do well but as a Vikings, but don't as a Vikings fan. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, yeah, I'll be right back. And be Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me as I took a quick break. But the Bears lead the Vikings 10-6 to have very low scoring first half, but I mean, not that shocking because I did think this was going to be a fairly low scoring game. I originally predicted 20-13. But as far as an updated score prediction goes, I mean, the Vikings, they just haven't looked great, especially offensively. But, I mean, this is still a game that can definitely go either way. But, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I originally said the Vikings, but let's go with the Bears. They've been the better team so far. They've looked better. Their defense is playing well. The offense looks pretty solid. And let's go with the Bears by a score of, I don't know, 20-16. I still think it's going to be very close. Don't switch, believe we can do this. It's definitely possible the Vikings do. I'm not completely doubting them. I mean, I am to an extent, but I mean, it's still very much anyone's game. I mean, the Vikings, they haven't played that well, and they're down by 4, so it's definitely still possible. But I would say the Bears, but could go either way. But real quick, let's go over some stats from the first half. We got 4 minutes till the second half starts. Starting off, player stats for the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy is 5 of 8 for 48 yards. This week's been so good, we could still get a crazy game. Yeah, that's true. I mean, this week has been really good, especially last night's game. I mean, I still think this game is going to be pretty good. Like, it's going to be close the entire way. Just, I don't think we'll see 40 points from each team like we saw last night, but I still think this is going to be fairly entertaining down the stretch. But McCarthy's 5 of 8 for 48 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. On the ground for the Vikings, Jordan Mason, 4 carries for 14 yards. McCarthy's got 1 carry for 11 yards. Aaron Jones has 3 carries for 6 yards, and Justin Jefferson 1 for 4. Then receiving for the Vikings, Jalen Nailor 1 catch for 28 yards, Jordan Mason a catch for 7, Oliver a catch for 5, Hawkinson 1 for 4, and Jefferson 1 for 4. Vikings really spreading the ball around, nobody with more than 1 catch. Nobody even targeted more than twice. I mean, it's also what happens when you've only thrown the ball 8 times. Vikings only ran 17 plays in that first half. Then for the Bears, Caleb Williams is 13 of 16 for 112 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, although he does have a rushing touchdown, and 32 yards on the ground. DeAndre Swift has 9 carries for 22 yards, and DJ Moore has 2 carries for 6 yards. Then receiving for the Bears, DJ Moore has 2 catches for 35 yards, Vladimir Zacchaeus has 3 catches for 30 yards, Rome Odunze has 3 catches for 16 yards, DeAndre Swift 3 catches for 12 yards, Kyle Monungai 1 for 11, and Colston Loveland 1 for 8. Then team stats for the Vikings. Bears have 8 first downs, Vikings have 4. Bears have also been much better on third down. They're 3 of 7. Vikings haven't converted the third down. They're 0 for 5. Although the Bears are 0 for 1 on fourth down. Oh, the Vikings have run 19 plays, not 17, because I forgot about the 2 sacks. But the Bears have run 31 plays, Vikings have run 19. Bears are outgaining the Vikings 172-80. and the Bears averaging 5.5 yards per play to the Vikings 4.2. The Bears, they've been the more effective team through the air and on the ground. Bears 1 for 1 in the red zone, Vikings 0 for 1. The Bears have been the more penalized team, 5 penalties, 62 penalty yards, compared to 3 penalties for 20 yards against the Vikings. And neither team has turned the ball over, and the Bears had a lot of the ball in that first half. 18 minutes, 38 seconds time possession, compared to 11:22 for the Vikings. But the Bears, they do get the ball to start the second half. And we'll have to see how the second half plays out. But the second half should begin within the next couple minutes, and because of that, I'm going to change this so that we're ready. But the Bears are getting the football to start. Not ideal if you're the Vikings. But your defense has played fairly well outside of that really like 2 drives. The touchdown drive and then the other drive where the Bears turned it over on downs. But otherwise, the Vikings defense has been pretty good. Now they need their offense to get going a little bit, but the defense hasn't really been the problem. We know what's happening with Worthy. I'll get to that in a second. Kick going to be returned here by Duvernay from the goal line. And Duvernay is going to be brought down at the 22. Great coverage by the Vikings. And not great field position for the Bears. Worthy, I saw an update on him before. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I think it just said he's day-to-day with a shoulder injury. Hold on, I know I saw it somewhere. But I think he's day-to-day. Williams pump fakes, throws to the outside off the hand of DeAndre Swift, incomplete. 2nd and 10. I'll look it up just to be sure real quick. Oh, okay, maybe I completely made that up. Worthy apparently suffered a dislocated shoulder. A 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Williams off play action. Steps up. Williams throws outside, incomplete. Too far ahead of Cole Kmet, and it's very quickly 3rd and long. Yeah, it didn't look good. So, I was hopeful he's okay, but doesn't say a timetable for his return, just says dislocated shoulder. So I don't know how I made that up. Unless I was thinking of someone else. It must have been someone else, because you're not day-to-day with a dislocated shoulder. 3rd and 10, Williams throws incomplete. 3 straight incompletions to start this 3rd quarter for the Bears. Yeah, Travis Kelce, he looked fine. I mean, he's playing the rest of the game. It always hurts one guy more than it hurts the other. 4th and 10, Vikings defense forces a quick 3-and-out, and Taylor's punt is a good one. Fielded from the 31-yard line, but this return looks pretty good as well. Inside Bears territory, and Price all the way to the 48-yard line. Great return there for the Vikings. Sets them up with a great field position. Let's see what they can do. On their first drive here of the second half, defense gets off to a great start. Ben Johnson looks mad. Oh, really? I didn't see when they just cut to him. I looked away. But 1st and 10 from the Bears 49. Thielen comes in motion. McCarthy off play action, looks to throw. McCarthy tipped at the line, incomplete. Looked like he was trying to throw somewhat deep down the field. Flag is down. It's roughing the passer. Here's a better look. Oh, I mean, that can't be roughing the passer. He doesn't hit him in the head. It's not weight. I don't love that call. It's not too late. I mean, it's right after the ball is released. Don't love it. There's Aaron Jones for no gain. Bears have done a great job shutting down the run. The Vikings really haven't gotten much going on the ground. So 2nd and 10 from the 34. McCarthy in shotgun back to his right. That's Aaron Jones. And again, they'll give it to Jones. This time they toss it to him to the right. And Jones, looking for space, just doesn't really find any. And he gains 2. Vikings really going to need McCarthy to do a little bit more. Because it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to run the ball that effectively. So it's 3rd and 8. Vikings are 0 for 5 on 3rd down. So from the 32, Aaron Jones goes in motion. If you're McCarthy here, you don't want to take a sack and potentially knock him out of field goal range. They just get the snap off. Bears bring pressure. McCarthy throws outside. Intercepted! Picked off. This might be a pick 6. It will. Pick 6 for the Bears. McCarthy tries to throw to the outside, gets picked off, and it's a pick 6. McCarthy throws his first career interception. Nashawn Wright with a 74-yard pick 6. And I said McCarthy didn't want to take a sack. I probably should have added throw and interception to that list. Extra point. Up and good. 17-6. Bears lead the Vikings. Definitely not ideal if you're the Vikings. You go from inside field goal range to throwing a pick 6. Yeah, that's not exactly what you wanted to do right there. The run is bad and JJ's not throwing great. Yeah, it hasn't been too great offensively for the Vikings. Not looking good. At least the offensive line can block in the pass game a little bit, so you're not quite as bad as the Giants, because they can't do anything. But yeah, it hasn't looked too great. But McCarthy now 5 of 9 for 48 yards and the interception. 28 of the 48 came on that one play to Jalen Nailor right before halftime. Give me 1 second. Alright, but we wait for them to come back from commercial. Actually, right as I said that, they just got back. It is 17-6, 12:51 to go in the third quarter, and the Vikings get the ball back after the pick six. Now, really need points on this drive. If you're the Vikings, because that's a great defensive play right there. As they show the replay again, just completely reading what they wanted to do. So the kick returned here for the Vikings. And Ty Chandler in the return to the 28. I still believe a late field goal for the Vikings. It's still possible. I mean, you need something positive in this drive. They moved the ball a little. Actually, not really. I forgot they started at like the 49. But they really need to get some points here. Even if it's just a field goal, cut it to a one-score game. But just need something positive. Ideally, points for the Vikings on this drive. So 1st and 10 for their own 28. McCarthy tosses it to Jordan Mason, makes a cut, and almost broke a tackle. But as it is, it still gains about 3, maybe 4. Could be worse. Jordan Mason last year career highs in carries, yards, and touchdowns with the 49ers. 153 carries, 750 something yards, and 3 touchdowns. Got 17 yards on 5 carries tonight. 2nd and 6, Jefferson comes in motion. Off play action, McCarthy to throw. Pressured, McCarthy spun around and sacked. McCarthy goes down for the 3rd time, loss of 7 back to the 24-yard line. And it's 3rd and long for the Vikings. It's the 2nd string left tackle who gets beat for the Vikings. And a sack. Makes it 3rd and 13. Vikings still 0 for 6 on 3rd down. Let's see. Play clock is at 0. Before the Vikings snapped it. And it's going to be delay a game. They whistle it dead to make it 3rd and 18. So 3rd and 18. Let's see how aggressive the Vikings want to be here. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. Maybe a draw or a screen. Yeah, there it is. There's a draw. And Mason goes nowhere. Loss of 2. It's 4th and 20. And the Vikings have to punt it away. Not a good possession for the Vikings. Another 3 and out. And the Bears getting the ball back. So another punt for Ryan Wright. And Devin Duvernay will field this at the 30. Bobbles it, but catches it cleanly. And Duvernay is out of bounds at the 38-yard line. About 8 yards on the return. We do have a flag down. We got a holding call against the Bears. Backs him up. Let's see, where's the ball after that penalty? He didn't say 10 yards from the spot or the end of the run. He just said 10 yards. It is on the Bears are on their own 20 after the penalty. We got 11:08 to go in the third quarter. Bears up by 11. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Alright, now they're back from commercial. Bears get the ball back. Up by 11, 17-6. Ball on their own 20-yard line. Williams under center. Here's the toss to DeAndre Swift, dancing around, and Swift fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he lost half a yard. The good news for the Vikings defense, or for the Vikings, is their defense keeping them in this game. Well, I mean, still an 11-point game. Need the offense to really get going. So 2nd and 10. Williams under center. Play action. Williams to throw. Takes a shot down the field that is caught by DJ Moore at the 43-yard line. Nice throw and catch. Another nice throw for Caleb Williams today. Williams throws. There's Luther Burden. He's chopped down. Loss of 3 as they try to set up the screen. Positive play there for the Vikings defense. 2nd and 13. Caleb Williams tonight, 15 of 21, 131 yards. 32 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. 2nd and 13. Williams throws outside. That looks like it might have gotten tipped. Incomplete. Looking for Zacchaeus. Yeah, Andrew Van Ginkel with the deflection. Third and 13. Williams looks to throw. Has time. Floats one into the flat. For, I believe that's Colston and Loveland. Yeah, it is. But he's only going to gain about 4 or 5. And the Vikings defense gets another stop and going to get the ball back to the offense. I mean, the Vikings just need the offense to be better. Because the defense, not bad. We're about halfway through the 3rd quarter. 4th and 9 here. Bears about to punt it away. Vikings come after the punt. Don't block it. And here's Price on the return. And he's actually got some space up at the 23-yard line. Great return there from Miles Price. And let's see what the Vikings can do on this drive. But the Vikings really need to get the offense going. I think this would be a lot better for them if they could run the ball, but they just haven't done that effectively. The Vikings, they have 77 total yards. They have 5 first downs, haven't picked up a 3rd down. 38 passing yards, 38 rushing yards, 39 passing yards. Averaging 2.9 yards per rush attempt, 3.3 yards a pass attempt. But we wait for them to come back from commercial, an 11-point game. Bears up by 11. Defense playing extremely well. With 7:14 to go in the third quarter, they're back from commercial break. Bears outgaining the Vikings 195-77. Vikings offense has been terrible. The defense hasn't been great. Or it hasn't been awful. Here's a low throw. Wow, they're going to roll that a catch? For Hawkinson? I thought that was incomplete. The Bears come up with the football. Because they think it's a catch and fumble. I thought that was incomplete. No, he did make the catch. But they ruled he was down. And we got a challenge here from Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson thinks this is a fumble. So, here's where it's tough, because Hawkinson is already on the ground. So all he has to do is get touched before the ball comes out. They ruled the runner was down by contact before the ball came out. It looks like one of the first times Hawkinson gets contacted is on the football. So this is going to be close. I'm not sure if there's enough to overturn it, but it's going to be an interesting conversation right here on if that's a fumble or not. Because the ball comes out, but his knee is on the ground. So it's a matter of, was he touched before the ball got knocked out? But again, we still wait for them to come back from commercial. This is going to be an interesting decision because I'm not sure there's enough to overturn it, but we'll have to see what they end up ruling. It was ruled he was down by contact on the field. So let's see. They're going to say the play stands as called. Maybe the left hand. McCarthy to throw here, sets up the screen to Aaron Jones. Jones makes a man miss, and is forced to bounds after getting a 5. Pretty good stiff arm, though. .6:20 to go in the third quarter. Vikings are 0 for 7 on third down tonight. This is a 3rd and 2, so have an opportunity to get their first conversion of the day. 3rd and short. McCarthy in shotgun. McCarthy looks to throw. McCarthy outside, caught. No, incomplete. Adam Thielen was the target. Might be the first time he was targeted today in his return to the Vikings. He made the catch. But then it got ripped out. Definitely an incomplete pass. But another punt for the Vikings. By the end of the day, I think their punter is going to have more punts than McCarthy has completions. Punt fair caught at the 23-yard line by Devin Duvernay. There's a handoff to DeAndre Swift up the middle, and Swift with a good run gains 9 before he's finally taken down. So I got disconnected there for a second. But J.J. McCarthy has 7 completions on 12 attempts. And their punter has punted the ball 6 times. That is impressive. It's terrible is what that is. There's a throw to the outside for DJ Moore. And Moore, not much, but I think he's got enough for a first down. Only needed a yard. So, 1st and 10. They do give him the first. 4:35 to go for the Bears. Or end of the third quarter, sorry. Here's a toss to... I think that's DJ Moore. Forget about 3. Couldn't tell. It was actually DeAndre Swift with the carry. Williams off play action, looks to throw. Pressure, rolls to his right, on the run. Williams is just going to keep it himself. He's got space, and is out of bounds after crossing midfield at the 48-yard line. And another first down for the Bears. Got an injured player down the field for the Vikings. That's the linebacker Cashman, number 51. Boy Cashman in his 7th season was a 5th-round pick by the Jets back in 2019. Obviously, hopefully he's okay. He was running after Caleb Williams. And just came up limping after that. Hopefully he's okay. So 1st and 10 from the 48. Here's the handoff to DeAndre Swift, left side. And Swift, fighting forward, will gain about 2 or 3. So 2nd and 8. Williams hands off. Swift again. Makes a cut. Swift breaks a tackle. Still going. DeAndre Swift, first down for the 34-yard line. And a good run for DeAndre Swift. So 1st and 10 from the 34. Williams under center. They bring a lineman in motion. And we've got early movement. This time looks like it's on the Vikings. Seeing a lot of pre-snap penalties for the Bears. I think the Vikings came across early. They did. Against Javon Hargrave, number 97. Minute 49 to go in the third quarter. Still a 17-6 Bears lead. So it's 1st and 5 after the penalty. Williams, another handoff to DeAndre Swift. And Swift runs somebody over, fights through tackles, and has 5 and a first down. DeAndre Swift really having a good drive right here. He's got 66 yards on 54 rushing yards on 15 carries. 32 of them have come in the third quarter. DeAndre Swift more rushing yards than the Vikings have in the entire game. Williams off play action, looks to throw plenty of time. We'll check down to Swift in the flat, who's got space after the catch. And Swift is thrown down at the 11-yard line. Flag is down. Got a hold against the Bears right tackle, Darnell Wright. Second penalty against him. Had a false start before, now a hold. Eighth Bears penalty, 97 yards. 1st and 20 from the 34 following the penalty. Likely the final play of the quarter. Williams looks to throw. Throws downfield high and incomplete. Looking for the tight end Cole Kmet. Brings up 2nd down. 15 seconds left in the third quarter because it was incomplete. It's actually a pretty good throw for Caleb Williams. Just went him a little too far out of the reach of Cole Kmet, but good decision to go there with the ball. So 2nd and 20 from the 34. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams to throw. Pressured. Backpedaling. And now rolling to his left. Stumbles. Gets a throw off. And it goes out of bounds. If that is a forward pass, which it looks like it's a pass, and a throw, that should be grounding. And there's the flag. Williams tripped. And he tried to get rid of the ball and did, but they're going to call him for intentional grounding, which is the right call. So that's a loss of down. Make it 3rd and 30. The ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage even though he was outside the pocket. Williams looks to throw. Underneath, short pass to Zacchaeus, who breaks a tackle. But still well short of a first down, though. Does make this a more comfortable field goal for the Bears. That is the final play of the third quarter. We enter the fourth. Bears up 17-6. Bears looking to go potentially 20-6 after, or to start the fourth. The ball in field goal range. Bears with the ball on the Vikings 32, so that is field goal range. We do a 49-yarder from there. Cairo Santos has already made from, I believe it's 42. Yeah, 42-yarder from already. But we wait for them to enter the or come back from commercial, entering the fourth quarter. The field goal here for the Bears from 50 yards is actually no good for Cairo Santos. Missed it. So it stays 17-6. Missed wide right, and it stays an 11-point game. So now let's see if the Vikings can capitalize on this. They still have just 85 total yards, but good field position getting the ball on their own 40. McCarthy under center, Jones is the back. This is Mason. And Mason breaks a tackle. And gets pushed from the offensive line. Gains about 7. Pretty good run. He's really the only guy who's had any kind of success on the ground. Aaron Jones has not been effective. Mason's been okay. Aaron Jones is averaging 1.6 yards a carry. Mason, not much better, with 22 yards and 8 carries. That's 2.8, but I guess a little better. 2nd and 3. Mason again. And Mason breaks a tackle, gets to the outside. Jordan Mason gets a block downfield to the 35-yard line. There's a good run for Jordan Mason. Maybe he can jumpstart this offense a little bit. Mason 34 is 40 yards after contact. Play action here. McCarthy looks to throw. Pressure, throws to the outside. Caught by Jefferson. At the 18-yard line. This is the best drive of the day by far. For the Vikings. Nice throw by McCarthy with the defender in his face, too. I like both teams, but family are Vikings fans. Okay. Yeah, Vikings, they haven't looked too great. But good looking drive right here. Play clock winding down. They'll get the snap off. Go back to the ground with Mason. And Mason able to stay on his feet for about 5 yards. Being able to run the ball really opened some stuff up for this offense a little bit. Mason averaging 5 yards a carry, 9 carries, 45 yards. Over half of his rushing yards have come on this drive. 2nd and 5, Mason's still in at running back. From the Bears' 13. McCarthy fakes the toss to Mason and now rolls to his left. Sets his feet, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Montez Sweat knocks it down, and it's 3rd and 5. He's trying to get Jalen Naylor in the end zone. It's 3rd and 5. After the incompletion. McCarthy to throw. Has time. Towards the end zone. Caught for a Vikings touchdown. Finally a touchdown for the Vikings. Justin Jefferson makes the catch. And it's the first career touchdown pass for J.J. McCarthy. It's a 13-yard touchdown. It's a nice throw for McCarthy. That's a great throw. Now the Vikings are going to go for 2. I mean, makes sense. Try to cut it to a field goal game. McCarthy in shotgun. Jones to his left. 3 receivers bunch to his right. McCarthy to throw. McCarthy pressured. McCarthy backpedaling. Flag flies. McCarthy back to his own 20. Gets a throw off towards the end zone. It's incomplete. Just kind of gave somebody a chance. It's incomplete. Let's see what this flag is. It's illegal contact. Gonna give the Vikings... Sorry, actually, illegal hands to the face. So that's going to give the Vikings another try here. Jefferson's not on the field. Why? That's interesting. Oh, maybe because they're going to try to run this. not a single receiver on the field for the Vikings, I don't think. Yeah, big jumbo package here for the Vikings. They're going to look to throw out of it. McCarthy throws to the flat for Oliver, and he's chopped down short. The Bears defense gets a stop on the 2-point conversion, and it stays a 5-point game. But the Vikings at least make it a one-score game. McCarthy with his first touchdown of his NFL career. It's now 17-12. And with how their defense been playing, they're still very much in this game. Defense looked pretty good. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. And let's see how the Vikings defense looks. If they can get the ball back, very possible. They've been pretty good. Vikings defense actually hasn't allowed any points this half. Only points the Bears have scored this half is the pick six. But the Bears, this half, they've gone 3 and out, did a 5-play punt, and then they missed a field goal last drive. So let's see if the Vikings defense can continue to play well and keep them in this game. Maybe the offense found something. So 12 minutes, 13 seconds left in this game. Reichard kicks off. And the kick going to be brought out from about a yard deep in the end zone. And Duvernay's clothesline at the 24. What a tackle. But the Bears, not great field position, great kick coverage by the Vikings. So 12:09 to go, Bears on their own 25. Williams looks to throw, and Williams pressured and dropped for a sack. A loss of 9, Javon Hargrave. with the sack. First sack of the day for the Vikings defense. And all the momentum's on the side of the Vikings right now. It's the first sack of the day for the Vikings defense. Here's DeAndre Swift. He's going backwards as well. Loss of a yard makes it 3rd and 19. It's like this flip of a switch for the Vikings. Third and 19. Odunze goes in motion. And try to set up the screen to him, but it's knocked down by Van Ginkel, and it's incomplete. A quick 3-and-out forced by this Vikings defense. Van Ginkel's actually a dangerous guy to throw the screens at right there, because he's actually picked a couple off in his career. Last year in the season opener against the Giants, he picked one off and took it back for a touchdown. So another punt for the Bears. And it's fielded at the 30. And here's Price on the return. Gets to the 40, makes a man miss. And Price gets to the 49-yard line. The Bears 49. What a return from Miles Price. Again, his second good one of the day. And the Vikings with all the momentum right now. Let's see what they can do here. A 5-point game. Everything going the Vikings' way. So glad we have our defense. The defense looked really good, especially recently. Hold on 1 second. But a 5-point game. Let's see what the Vikings offense looks like here. So let's see what the Vikings offense can do here. Great field position starting at midfield. The Vikings' first 9 drives, 6 3-and-outs, 85 yards, and threw a pick 6. Last drive, 6 plays, 60 yards, scored a touchdown. Much better last drive. Let's see if that continues. McCarthy hands off. Aaron Jones gets the carry, and Jones fights through a defender. Gains 9, and another good run for the Vikings. Starting to be able to run the football a little bit. It's really opened up the whole offense. The way things are changing, it's making me more and more hopeful for this year, yeah. I would be as well, if I was a Vikings fan. We went from looking like it might be a rough year, at least a rough first several weeks, with McCarthy not looking too great, but now things have started to change. The defense looks really good. The offense exists. Still not amazing, but okay. McCarthy steps up, goes deep downfield high and incomplete. Wanted Jefferson. Brings up 3rd and 1. Not a bad time to take a shot, though. 2nd and short. I don't mind it. Catchable pass by Jefferson as well. It's high, but it goes right through his hands. Throw could have been a little bit better, but not terrible. We also have an injured player in the play for the Bears. Hopefully he's okay. But a 5-point game. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. And obviously, hopefully the injured player is okay for the Bears. He was the guy covering Jefferson. I'm not sure who it was, though. Alright. I was actually right. The guy who had the interception before got hurt. Hopefully he's okay. The 3rd round pick with the Cowboys in 2021 and his 5th year out of Oregon State. He's the guy who had the pick 6. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. Jefferson goes in motion. McCarthy looks to throw. McCarthy pressured, just launches it downfield, incomplete. Flag comes in though. McCarthy just kind of threw it, hoping somebody was there. It looks like Naylor was supposed to be there, but probably going to be a hold right here. Against the defense, and that's going to give the Vikings a fresh set of downs. Looked like they also might have wanted Jefferson in the flat, although he tripped. Now we're also ended up on the ground, but I'm not sure if this is on the because of Stevenson right there. I don't love it. It's the 11th penalty against the Vikings. No, sorry, against the Bears. Yeah, I think Naylor more goes down on his own there as opposed to because of the contact. McCarthy takes a shot towards the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Aaron Jones and the Vikings take their first lead of the day. Wow. The Vikings, the 27-yard touchdown. McCarthy to Jones. Aaron Jones on a wheel route out of the backfield. Jones just gets behind the defense. And the second touchdown pass of the day. For J.J. McCarthy. Vikings will go for 2. Try to go up by 3. McCarthy looks to throw. Throws outside. Caught. Got it. Adam Thielen. The conversion's good, and the Vikings are up 20-17. It's actually the exact score I predicted. Although, plenty of time for that to change. Still almost 10 minutes to go. But what a last few series for the Vikings. Defensively and offensively. Offense really come to life. So 20-17, Vikings lead the Bears. And let's see how the Bears respond. McCarthy in the first half was 5 of 8 for 48 yards. Second half, he's 5 of 9 for 65 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. But just like that, the Vikings went from down 17-6 to leading 20-17. So 9:46 to go. Using Jones like a receiver in place of Addison, yeah. Aaron Jones has always been a pretty solid pass catcher. But Adam Thielen back with the Vikings. Started his career with the Vikings in 2013 as an undrafted free agent, third in Vikings history in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. And then the Vikings traded for him a couple weeks ago. So the Bears go to the ground here. DeAndre Swift, nowhere to go. Redmond stopped him at the line. The Bears in the second half, they've gone 3 and out, punt, missed field goal and 3 and out. Not great. Offense has really only scored 10 points because of the pick 6. 7 from the defense. There's a first down for the Bears. Williams over the middle to Odunze. Gain of 12 and a first down. Much needed for the Bears. Odunze 4 for 28 so far today. First and 10. Williams looks to throw. Pressure. Rolls right. Williams back at his own 30. On the run. Williams still on his feet. And he stepped out of bounds before he threw it away. It's going to be a loss of 4. Did a good job getting away from Andrew Van Ginkel, but just a step out of bounds first. Or after. He did that before he had to throw it away. So it's a loss of 4 for the Bears. 8:09 to go. Bears offense has 3 points since their opening drive. 2nd and 14. Williams looks to throw, given time. Williams downfield, high throw, almost caught by Odunze. If that throw's maybe a foot lower, that's a perfect throw. And likely caught. But a little too high. Although you can't throw too much lower because there was a corner. Now if you throw lower, it might get tipped. So that's actually a good throw. Just a little too high. And Odunze can't come up with it. Pretty tight window to throw into there, but Williams to throw. Throws outside, out of bounds, and incomplete. And that's 4th down. Brings up 4th down here for the Bears. And they're going to have to punt it away once again. With 7:38 to go in the 4th quarter. The Vikings brought 5. Williams had time, just made a bad throw. Need another fumble like last night. Well, I mean, the Vikings are getting the ball back right here. Miles Price, their punt returner, averaging 17 yards per return. Oh, that one's blocked. The Vikings got a piece of it, and it goes rolling past the 1st down marker, and it comes to a rolling stop at the 32. But the Vikings tipped the punt, and everything is going their way right now. Number 55, Wilson, gets a piece of it. And the Vikings with a great field position. Bears were lucky it did roll their way a little bit, but not too far. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Offense playing a lot better. Let's see if that continues. From their own 32, McCarthy, hands off. Jordan Mason with space. Mason makes a cut. Has a 1st down. Mason's still on his feet. Spinning his way inside Bears territory. The 48-yard line. Another good run for Mason. Man, this Vikings offense just suddenly woke up, and now they look really good. It really started with Jordan Mason. Giving him a spark on the ground, opening things up. Because a lot of their pass plays have been off play action, so a lot of credit to Jordan Mason for having a great game. There's Mason again, this time no gain. But Jordan Mason, on the day, he's got 11 carries, 64 yards. That's 5.8 a carry. $49 yards in the 4th quarter for Jordan Mason. 2nd and 10, 6:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Vikings up by 3. McCarthy in shotgun. Gonna look to throw. McCarthy throws outside. There's Hawkinson who makes the catch. And he's taken out of bounds after a gain of 9. Make it 3rd and short for the Vikings. So 3rd and 1. 5.5 to go. Bears have 2 timeouts. Vikings have 3. Hawkinson comes in motion. McCarthy hands off. Jones straight ahead. Got a 1st down. Brisker met him right there, but Jones able to power through it. Gain 2. And move the sticks. 5 minutes to go. Vikings with 126 total yards in the fourth quarter. Bears -1. That's impressive. Vikings have absolutely owned this fourth quarter. McCarthy under center. Jones is the back. He gets it here running to the left. And Jones gains another 4. Brings up second down for the Vikings. Vikings also doing a great job taking a lot of time off this clock right here. Down to 4:15. So 2nd and 7. Vikings also doing a great job running the football right now. This time they look to throw. McCarthy has got Jones wide open in the flat. Makes the catch. Jones stays in bounds, has a first down, and then goes out of bounds after getting about 12. $3:52 to go. But it does stop the clock because he did go out of bounds. So 1st and 10, 3:52 to go. Ball on the Bears 23. Naylor goes in motion. Here they hand it to Mason. This time, no gain. Mason actually lost a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. Montez Sweat in on the stop there. Seven-play, 44-yard drive so far for the Vikings. They've taken 4:05 off the clock. Second and 11, McCarthy sets up the screen to Jefferson. Why would he throw a bullet on that screen? But a gain of 10 on the catch and run. Jefferson just short of a first. 3rd and 1. He really zipped that in there on that screen. Jefferson, 4 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown. So 3rd and 1. The Bears did call their first timeout. Bears have 1 remaining. And so technically the Bears called their second timeout because they lost one in the challenge before. But an 8-play, 54-yard drive, taking 4:25 off the clock. 2:59 left in this game. McCarthy in shotgun, Mason to his right. Thielen comes in motion. And McCarthy keeps this in the option. Has a first down. McCarthy is going to score his 3rd touchdown of the game. First time we see him used as a runner. J.J. McCarthy was his 3rd total touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from going up by 10. They make it a 2-score game. It's 26-17. With 2:53 to go. Wow. A 14-yard touchdown for McCarthy. Extra point is good, and it's 27-17. How about this fourth quarter for the Vikings? Vikings outscoring the Bears 21-0 in the fourth quarter. McCarthy is now 13 of 20 for 143 and 2 touchdowns and an interception, also 25 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. But let's see how the Bears respond. But based on their last few drives, I would say by just giving the ball right back. With the Vikings in complete control of this game. We saw a crazy comeback last night. Maybe we can see another one, but not looking too good for the Bears at the moment. So ball on the 35, his kick went into the end zone for a touchback. Williams looks to throw. Williams throws one downfield. Oh, is that caught? It is! What a catch by Kmet! Williams throws up the seam. Great catch by Cole Kmet, who tips it back to himself and got the ball. Prevented it from hitting the ground. What a catch. The Bears go quick, get a playoff, so it stands anyway. Williams downfield. Just overthrew Moore, who was open. Nearly a crazy two-play sequence for the Bears. But DJ Moore got behind the defense. He was wide open. Man, big missed throw for Caleb Williams. Second and 10 from the 34. Williams in shotgun. Gonna look to throw. Williams has time. Throws outside high, incomplete. Third and 10. The Bears, they're 1 for their last 10 on third down. They started 2 of 2. 3 for 12 on the day combined. But third and 10 from the 34. Williams to throw. Williams pressure. Throws one down the middle, incomplete. And it's 4th and 10. Flag is down, though. Hold on. We got 2:16 to go. Big penalty right here, depending on what it is. We've got illegal contact. Wow. It's an illegal contact call against the Vikings. Gives the Bears a fresh set of downs. It's against Murphy, who's working against Odunze. Play clock winding down. They'll get the snap ball. Vikings bring pressure. Williams hit as he throws. Gets rid of it to Moore. Oh, he took a big hit. Another flag is down. And Moore looks hurt. Williams is down on the play, too. He's floated up. Wow, a lot happened right there. Flag is down for a hit on DJ Moore. But the Vikings brought an all-out pressure. Williams made a good throw to DJ Moore, but Moore took a huge hit. He ended up dropping the ball. We got roughing the passer. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down. And the hit on DJ Moore was a penalty as well. Although, didn't end up calling that, just called the roughing the passer, but that was definitely a penalty. Now, obviously, hopefully DJ Moore is okay, because he was in some serious pain. DJ Moore is still down. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, they're saying they actually picked up the flag on the hit because it was a clean hit, shoulder to shoulder, really shoulder to chest. DJ Moore is now back on his feet. Obviously, hopefully he's okay. That could be a big loss for the Bears, not having DJ Moore late in this game. Obviously, hopefully he's okay. DJ Moore is going to slowly walk off the field. Got 3 catches for 57 yards today. Hopefully he's okay. He looks quite shaken up. But 2:12 to go. 1 timeout for the Bears. They're going to have to get an onside kick. But empty backfield for Caleb Williams. Williams looks to throw. Vikings bring 4. Williams steps up. Going to try to run 4. Williams towards the pylon. Dives. Flag is down. No signal yet. Let's see. Still no signal. Alright, it is a touchdown. Oh, I think he might be a little short. His right foot steps out of bounds when the ball is... Oh, man, like the 3-inch line. The flag was illegal contact, which was declined. They're going to review this. Called a touchdown on the field, but I think he's just short. The foot goes down right there. The ball hasn't broken the plane yet. Yeah, it's going to come back to, like, the 1 foot line. Looks like he's short by about less than a length of the football. So it's 1st and goal. Wait, and DJ Moore is back in this game. That's crazy after the hit he just took. We're glad to see he's okay. Well, actually, he's not in the field now, but they said he just was in the game. So it's first and goal from like the 1 foot line. 2:05 to go. Williams under center. Luther Burden is the running back, who's actually a receiver, rookie from Missouri. Swift comes in motion. They fake the toss to Burden, throw to the back of the end zone, caught. Odunze with the touchdown. 27-23. Odunze with the touchdown catch. The Bears' first offensive touchdowns since their first drive of the game. But what a drive. 5 plays, 65 yards. About a minute off the clock. So the extra point is good. And now they're saying, the announcers are saying, I've got captions on so I can somewhat see what they're saying. I can read what they're saying without knowing what they're saying, if that makes any sense. They're saying no time is going to come off the clock. So it's like the Bears are going to have 2 timeouts. Because there's 2:02 to go right now. And they're saying he should kick it out of the back of the end zone to make sure no time comes off the clock, because the clock only starts once the returner fields the ball. Or that the Bears could just go onside kick now, but probably don't love your chances of that. So 2:02 to go. The Bears will kick it deep. They have 1 timeout left. The Vikings up 3. They've got all 3 timeouts left. But you can't allow any time off the clock right here. The kick is into the end zone. If I'm the Vikings, I bring it out. Yeah, they will. The Vikings are smart. They're going to bring it out. Ty Chandler on the return is going to get to the 26-yard line, and that might end the game. Very smart play right there for the Vikings. Because now this is the 2-minute warning. The Bears don't have the extra timeout. The Bears might still need one first down, or the Vikings are still going to need a first down, because the Bears have 1 timeout. But even if the Bears get the 3 and out, they're going to have, like, no time. So it's going to be very tight. The Bears are going to have very little time. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial at the 2-minute warning. A first down ends the game. Bears with just one timeout. The Vikings with a 21-point fourth quarter. 21-7, they're outscoring the Bears in the final quarter. Minute 55 to go. The Vikings one timeout seals it. Or one first down seals it, my bad. McCarthy, hands off. Jordan Mason cutting to the outside. Gains 4. Oh, and Ty Chandler caught the ball in the end zone. He was looking at the sideline. And they were signaling to him to bring it out. Very smart. So the Bears out of timeouts. 1:47 to go. It's 2nd and 7 right here. The Bears are 3-15 against the NFC North since 2022. Worst division record in the NFL. The Giants are better than that? Giants never win divisional games. That's kind of surprising. Oh, they were okay in 2022. Okay. That was the year they made the playoffs. Mason taken down at the line. So let's do some math right here. Vikings could snap this with 1:01 to go. And then run a play, take 4 seconds. Or let's say 5, make it easy. That would bring you down to 56 seconds. Then 56 down to 16. So the Bears are going to get the ball back if they can get a stop right here with roughly 10 seconds left. The Vikings going to call a timeout right here. 1:02 to go is where the clock is. 1:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. Vikings have 2 timeouts. Bears are out of timeouts. 3-point Bears lead. Vikings lead, sorry. So it's 3rd and 7. You just run this, right? Make sure the clock runs. How about a J.J. McCarthy read option right here? Gotta be aware of it if you're the Bears. Vikings 84 rushing yards in the second half, just 34 in the first half. Alright, so it's not a read option. McCarthy's under center. 3rd and 7. McCarthy, hands off. Mason left side. And Jordan Mason is stopped after a gain of 2. Alright, so the Vikings can call timeout with 16 seconds left. So 16 seconds left. The Vikings will call their second timeout. And the Bears, they're going to get a chance. Because the punt's not going to take 16 seconds. J.J. McCarthy, the second player in Vikings history with multiple passing touchdowns in his Vikings debut. So there's the timeout for the Vikings. 16 seconds left. So 4th and 5, Devin Duvernay back to return. He's returned 92 punts in his career, his longest is 70 yards. Duvernay calls fair catch at his own 20 with 9 seconds left. So the Bears, 9 seconds to work with offensively. You gotta try to get in position for a Hail Mary, unless you want to go for a lateral play, which isn't gonna work. Although, Ben Johnson's run a couple hook and ladders. One we saw last year at the Lions. Maybe you can do one here. So 1st and 10. DJ Moore is back on the field for the Bears. Oh, the ball hits him on the snap. Flag comes down. Moore just sprints out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds. That was so bad. A snap hit DJ Moore, who was in motion. An illegal shift against the offense. The 12th penalty against the Bears, 127 yards. What are the Bears doing here? They've taken every lineman off the field except their center. They're lining up their tight ends and running backs. DeAndre Swift is playing left guard. So here it is. They're going to try for the laterals. I mean, it is smart. Moore gets rid of it back to Monungai. And the Vikings eventually touch him down, because Monungai doesn't catch it cleanly. And the game is over. What a comeback for the Vikings. 27-24. They win and beat the Bears. What a final quarter for J.J. McCarthy. Went from awful in the first, I believe, 3 quarters. Much better in the 4th. And the Vikings start 1-0 with a comeback win over the Bears. Vikings in that 4th quarter, they were great. But J.J. McCarthy in the 4th quarter, 6 of 8, 87 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Jordan Mason, also a good game, 75 total yards. But was it pretty for the Vikings? Not exactly, but a great comeback win for them. And the Vikings win 27-24. It was worth staying up till 4:30. Wow, that's late. Yeah, I guess it's worth it though. J.J. McCarthy, the first player to overcome a 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter and win NFL debut since 1985 when Steve Young did it against the Lions. Vikings look great at the end. Yeah, they finished the game playing really well. Bears have a lot to fix. But Final score, Vikings 27, Bears 24. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. We've got a lot of videos on the way. We'll have power rankings out tomorrow. But that's all for this video, or this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.